Myanmar court extends Aung San Suu Kyi's prison sentence to 33 years. Aung San Suu Kyi during a ceremony at the Great Hall of the People in Beijing on August 18, 2016. CNN, a quoting military run, Myanmar has sentenced Aung San Suu Kyi to 7 years in prison for corruption. A source familiar with the case told CNN, bringing an end to the string of secretive and highly politic, politicized proceedings against the ousted former leader. Friday's verdict is the final punishment meted out to the 77-year-old, a democratically elected figurehead of opposition to decades of military rule, who led Myanmar for 5 years before being forced from power in a violent coup in early 2021. The ruling Friday found Suu Kyi guilty of corruption in relation to the purchase, repair, and rental of the helicopter for use during natural disasters and state affairs, including rescues and emergencies, the source said. She now faced a total of 33 years in jail, including 3 years of hard labor, the source said, meaning she could spend the rest of her life behind the bars. Suu Kyi has previously been convicted of multiple offenses, including electoral fraud and receiving bribes, according to sources. She has denied all of the charges revived against her, according to the source, and her lawyers have said they are politically motivated. She is being held in solitary confinement at the prison in the capital Naypyidaw, and her trials have taken place behind the closed doors, with limited information reported by state media and the gag order imposed on her lawyers. Myanmar has been torn by violence and economic paralysis since the army intervened to prevent the Suu Kyi forming a new government 3 months after her party was re-elected in a landslide election against the military-backed opposition. Meanwhile, the right groups have repeatedly expressed concerns about the punishment of pro-democracy activists in the country since the military seized power. The convictions aim to both permanently slide the line Suu Kyi as well as underline the ultimately negate her NLD, National League for Democracy Party's landslide victory in the November 2020 election. Phil Robertson, Deputy Asia Director for Human Rights Watch, said in a statement Friday. From start to finish, the junta grabbed whatever it could to manufacture cases against her with the full confidence that the country's kangaroo court would come back with whatever punitive judgment the military wanted. Last week, the United Nations Secretary Council called the UNSC called on the military junta to release all political prisoners, including Suu Kyi and the former president Win Myint, and its first resolution passed on the Southeast Asian country since its independence. In the 2 years since the military seized power, freedoms and rights in Myanmar have deteriorated markedly. State executions have returned, and thousands of people have been arrested for protesting against military rule. In November, the junta released more than 6,000 prisoners under the amnesty, state media reported, including a former British ambassador, an Australian economist, and a Japanese journalist. The pardons came after strong criticism of the junta at the Association of Southeast Asian Nations (ASEAN) summit.